Ladies and gentlemen, when we look at the future, the real question is not who is powerful today, but who is preparing for tomorrow. Too often, the world focuses only on giants, on economies that dominate headlines, but history teaches us something different. The future has always belonged to those who turn challenges into opportunities, those who rise when no one expects them to, and those who use their struggles as fuel for transformation. Today, I want to take you on a journey to a country that many underestimate, yet more and more world leaders are quietly betting on. This is not about myths or emotions. It is about facts, about demographics, about geography, about resilience, and about vision. It is about a nation whose location makes it a gateway between continents, whose young population makes it one of the most dynamic forces in the world, and whose reforms and innovation are opening doors that were once locked. What you will hear in this speech is not a story of weakness. It is a story of potential, of determination, and of a future that is being written right now. I invite you to listen carefully, to connect the dots, and to ask yourself, why are global powers, major investors, and visionary leaders placing their trust in this nation's future? The answer will surprise you, and it may change the way you see the balance of the world in the years to come. So stay with me till the very end, because this is more than a speech. It is a revelation about why the world's bets are shifting and why a rising force is preparing to take its place on the global stage. Pakistan's geography is one of its most defining advantages, a factor that world leaders and global investors cannot ignore. Situated at the heart of Asia, Pakistan lies at the crossroads of South Asia, Central Asia, and the Middle East, making it a natural bridge for trade, energy, and cultural exchange. This positioning has historically made it a land of immense strategic significance, and in today's globalized world, it is regaining recognition as a vital connector in international commerce and geopolitics. From the warm waters of the Arabian Sea to the towering peaks of the Karak, Pakistan's terrain is more than just diverse. It is a passageway that links some of the world's most resource-rich and economically dynamic regions. For Europe, which depends on diversified supply chains and energy security, Pakistan's role as a corridor cannot be overstated. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, a flagship project under China's Belt and Road Initiative, is transforming Pakistan into a central hub for connectivity. Gwadar Port, located near the Strait of Hormuz, provides a direct maritime route to the Middle East, Africa, and beyond. It is envisioned as a gateway for trade from Western China and Central Asia to the global market. For European businesses, this means shorter routes, reduced costs, and greater access to new markets. Moreover, Pakistan shares borders with some of the most strategically relevant countries: China to the northeast, India to the east, Afghanistan and Iran to the west, and a coastline that opens to the Arabian Sea in the south. Each of these frontiers carries opportunities and challenges, but together they underline Pakistan's central role in future trade networks. As the world moves toward regional integration, Pakistan is positioned to become a linchpin in transcontinental connectivity, especially with projects linking Central Asia's untapped resources to the Middle Eastern energy hubs and European markets. Energy corridors are another dimension of this geographical importance. Pakistan is not only a potential transit route for oil and gas pipelines, but also a candidate for renewable energy distribution due to its solar and wind-rich regions. The ability to facilitate energy flows between regions adds another layer of relevance to its geographical role. This, coupled with global ambitions for sustainable development and diversified energy sources, makes Pakistan an essential player in future energy security. But ultimately, geography has gifted Pakistan a position where East meets West, and where the future of global trade, energy, and diplomacy can converge. This strategic placement is why world leaders increasingly see Pakistan not just as a nation of 240 million people, but as a gateway to broader economic and geopolitical opportunities. One of the most powerful advantages Pakistan holds today is its demographic strength. With a population exceeding 240 million, the country is the fifth most populous nation in the world. And what makes this even more significant is the fact that nearly 65% of its people are under the age of 30. This youth-driven demographic is not only large, but also increasingly educated, digitally connected, and eager to participate in the global economy. For nations in Europe and beyond, where populations are aging and workforces are shrinking, Pakistan's young population represents a vast reservoir of human capital that can drive growth and innovation in the coming decades. This demographic composition offers multiple layers of opportunity. A large young workforce means an expanding domestic consumer market, which is attractive for multinational companies seeking new areas of growth. As incomes rise and aspirations shift, Pakistan's youth are creating demand for modern infrastructure, advanced technology, better health care, and quality education. This demand itself opens doors for international businesses and investors to participate in shaping the country's future. Furthermore, the entrepreneurial spirit among young Pakistanis is strong, with thousands of startups emerging in technology, e-commerce, agriculture, and renewable energy sectors. Many of these ventures are already catching the attention of global venture capitalists who see Pakistan as a frontier market with immense potential. The digital revolution further amplifies the strength of this demographic dividend. Pakistan has one of the largest freelancing communities in the world, with young professionals offering IT, design, and business services to global clients. Internet penetration and mobile connectivity have expanded rapidly, creating a foundation for a booming digital economy. Platforms in fintech, ride-hailing, and e-commerce are scaling quickly, driven primarily by the country's youth. This creates not only opportunities for local transformation, but also possibilities for integration into global supply chains, particularly in technology-driven industries. Another critical element of this youthful population is its role in shaping global labor markets. Pakistani professionals already contribute significantly to economies in the Middle East, Europe, and North America. As this trend grows, remittances continue to strengthen Pakistan's economy, while also building bridges of cooperation with host nations. For world leaders, supporting the development of Pakistan's young population is not charity. It is a strategic investment in a workforce that can fuel industries worldwide. Pakistan's youth represent energy, innovation, and resilience in a rapidly changing global order. Harnessing their potential is not only vital for Pakistan's own future, but also for the interconnected economies that are looking for fresh talent, new markets, and dynamic partners. Pakistan's economic corridors and trade routes are redefining its place in the global economy, giving the country a central role in shaping future supply chains. The most prominent example is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, a multi-billion-dollar project that connects China's western region to the Arabian Sea through Pakistan. This corridor is not just a road or a port development initiative. It is a transformative project that links infrastructure, energy, and industrial zones, ultimately positioning Pakistan as a critical hub in global trade networks. By offering the shortest route for Chinese goods to reach the Middle East, Africa, and Europe, CPEC significantly reduces transportation costs and time, making Pakistan indispensable to global commerce. At the heart of this transformation lies Gwadar Port, strategically located near the Strait of Hormuz, through which a third of the world oil trade passes. Gwadar is envisioned as a deep-sea port capable of handling massive cargo flows, connecting Central Asia's natural resources, China's manufacturing, and Middle Eastern energy supplies to the rest of the world. For Europe, which is constantly seeking secure and diversified trade routes, Gwadar and its connected infrastructure present a direct opportunity to integrate with Asia's fast-growing markets. Beyond CPEC, Pakistan's potential as a trade corridor stretches to multiple directions. To the west, it can link Central Asia's untapped oil, gas, and mineral wealth with South Asian and Middle Eastern markets. To the north, it connects with China's industrial powerhouse, while to the south, the Arabian Sea provides maritime access to global shipping lanes. To the east lies India, one of the world's largest markets, and although political challenges exist, the geographical proximity emphasizes the scale of Pakistan's trade potential if regional cooperation improves. Energy trade routes are another powerful dimension of this advantage. Pakistan is situated along prospective pipeline corridors such as the Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline and the Turkmenistan-Afghanistan-Pakistan and India TPI pipeline, which could one day become lifelines for regional energy needs. As the world transitions toward diversified energy sources and more secure supply chains, Pakistan's role as a transit hub for energy becomes increasingly important. These corridors are not only about moving goods and energy, they are about transforming Pakistan's economy by developing industrial hubs, special economic zones, and logistics centers that can serve both domestic needs and international trade. By integrating into these global networks, Pakistan is positioning itself as a bridge between continents, a role that world leaders and investors are beginning to recognize as essential for the future stability and prosperity of international markets. Pakistan's rising importance in global affairs is reflected in the way major powers are building partnerships with the country, recognizing its value in economic, energy, and security domains. One of the most significant relationships is with China, which has invested heavily in Pakistan through the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. For Beijing, Pakistan provides a secure route to the Arabian Sea, bypassing longer and more vulnerable shipping lanes, while for Pakistan it brings infrastructure development, energy projects, and opportunities for industrial growth. This partnership is not only bilateral, but also a part of China's broader Belt and Road Initiative, linking Pakistan directly to global trade ambitions. The Gulf nations have also deepened their ties, with Pakistan seen as both a security partner and an investment destination. Countries like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar have invested in energy, ports, and agriculture, while also relying on Pakistani professionals and workers who contribute significantly to their economies. The remittances flowing from these regions back to Pakistan strengthen its economy and foster mutual dependence. Additionally, Gulf states view Pakistan's large market and agricultural potential as vital for their food and economic security in the long term. For Europe, Pakistan represents a bridge to Asia's emerging markets. The European Union is already Pakistan's largest trading partner, with a focus on textiles, agriculture, and industrial goods. With the expansion of digital trade and green energy initiatives, European companies are increasingly exploring opportunities in Pakistan's renewable energy, technology, and manufacturing sectors. Stability in Pakistan means not only economic opportunities for Europe, but also a stronger partner in addressing global issues such as climate change, migration, and counterterrorism, right? And, even the United States, despite its complex history with Pakistan, is revisiting its engagement with the country. Washington recognizes that Pakistan is critical for stability in South Asia, particularly given the situation in Afghanistan and the evolving power balance with India and China. Cooperation in counterterrorism, climate resilience, and technology are becoming areas of renewed interest. This reflects a growing understanding that Pakistan cannot be sidelined in shaping the future of the region. These partnerships underline that Pakistan is no longer seen only through the lens of its challenges, but increasingly through its opportunities. Its population, resources, and geography make it an attractive partner for countries looking to expand influence and secure long-term interests in Asia and beyond. World leaders see Pakistan not as a peripheral state, but as an emerging player whose cooperation is essential for stability, growth, and balance in the international system. Pakistan's growing role in technology and innovation is becoming one of its most promising strengths, drawing the attention of world leaders, investors, and global corporations. Over the last decade, the country has witnessed a digital transformation that is reshaping its economy and positioning it as a rising hub for technology-driven industries. With a young, tech-savvy population and rapidly increasing internet penetration, Pakistan has created an environment where new ideas and businesses can thrive. The expansion of mobile connectivity and affordable data has enabled millions to access the digital world, fueling growth in e-commerce, fintech, health tech, and education technology. One of the standout features of this transformation is Pakistan's rise as a global freelancing powerhouse. It consistently ranks among the top countries for freelance IT services, with skilled professionals offering software development, design, and digital marketing solutions to international clients. This has brought foreign income into the country while establishing Pakistan as a reliable contributor to the global digital economy. Europe and other regions facing shortages of tech talent. This young workforce represents an attractive source of innovation and technical expertise. The startup ecosystem in Pakistan is also gaining momentum. Major international venture capital firms have begun investing in Pakistani startups, especially in fintech and e-commerce. Companies providing digital payment solutions, online marketplaces, and logistics innovations are scaling quickly, supported by both local demand and global funding. This signals a shift in how the world views Pakistan, from a market of consumers to a market of creators and innovators. For world leaders and investors, this emerging ecosystem is a sign that Pakistan could become a key player in shaping the future of South Asia's technology landscape. Government reforms and private sector initiatives are further boosting this transformation. Efforts to digitalize governance, expand financial inclusion through digital banking, and promote innovation in renewable energy are creating an enabling environment for sustainable growth. The country's large youth population, already immersed in technology, ensures a continuous supply of entrepreneurs, developers, and creative thinkers who can drive new industries forward. The growing technology sector not only diversifies Pakistan's economy, but also strengthens its integration with global markets. In a world increasingly dependent on digital solutions, Pakistan's potential in technology innovation is a strategic advantage that global powers are starting to recognize. This sector represents not only economic opportunity, but also a pathway for the country to redefine its image internationally as a hub of creativity, resilience, and digital progress. Pakistan's journey has been marked by challenges, Yet what stands out is its remarkable resilience and the reforms that continue to shape its path towards stability and progress. Despite facing political turbulence, security concerns, and economic hardships, the country has consistently demonstrated an ability to adapt and recover. This resilience has not gone unnoticed by world leaders who understand that a nation capable of withstanding such pressures while still moving forward carries immense long-term potential. It is this capacity for recovery and reinvention that makes Pakistan an increasingly attractive partner in the global arena. Economic reforms have played a crucial role in strengthening this resilience. Over the past decade, Pakistan has undertaken significant measures to improve its fiscal management, expand its tax base, and restructure energy policies. Although progress has been gradual, these reforms have laid the foundation for greater stability. Initiatives to address the energy crisis, including investments in renewable sources like solar and wind, reflect the country's recognition of the need for sustainable development. These steps are not only aimed at ensuring domestic energy security, but also at positioning Pakistan as a contributor to the global shift toward clean energy solutions. The digitalization of governance is another area where reforms are making a visible impact. By improving transparency, efficiency, and service delivery, digital platforms are helping to reduce corruption and increase public trust in institutions. The government's push for financial inclusion through digital banking and fintech has also broadened access to economic opportunities for millions who were previously outside the formal financial system. This digital transformation, combined with policy reforms, creates a more attractive environment for foreign investment and strengthens Pakistan's ability to integrate into global markets. Equally important is the reform of trade and investment policies. By creating special economic zones, streamlining regulations, and enhancing ease of doing business, Pakistan is signaling its commitment to becoming a competitive destination for global capital. These reforms aim not only to attract investment, but also to foster industrial growth and create jobs for its young workforce. The resilience of its people further complements these efforts as communities continue to show determination and adaptability in the face of adversity. The combination of resilience and reform tells the world that Pakistan is not defined by its setbacks, but by its capacity to rise above them. This ongoing transformation is what convinces world leaders that Pakistan's future holds promise and that their engagement today can lead to mutually beneficial outcomes tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on everything shared today, one thing becomes clear. Pakistan is no longer a nation to be seen only through its challenges. It is a country that is stepping forward with vision, resilience, and potential that the world cannot afford to ignore. Its geography places it at the very heart of future trade and energy routes. Its young population is a force of innovation and entrepreneurship. Its growing role in technology, its reform-driven governance, and its ability to withstand adversity make it a partner of immense value in shaping the future global order. World leaders are not betting on Pakistan by chance. They are doing so because they see the signs of transformation, they see the opportunities that lie ahead, and they understand that the next era of growth and connectivity cannot be written without Pakistan's participation. For Europe, for Asia, for the Middle East, and for the wider world, Pakistan represents a bridge, an emerging hub where ideas, markets, and futures converge. So as we close, let us remember, this is not just about Pakistan's future. It is about the shared future of all nations that seek stability, prosperity, and cooperation. The bets being placed on Pakistan today are investments not only in a country, but in a global vision of connectivity and progress. Thank you for your attention, for your openness, and for your willingness to see beyond the headlines. May this be the beginning of greater understanding, stronger partnerships, and shared success. I wish you all the very best in your endeavors, and I thank you sincerely for being part of this important conversation.